Welcome to my dojo. Welcome to my little plant porch. This is my spot. This is where I read. This is where I write. This is where I watch TV. This is where I hang out by the pool, all that good stuff. But I recently tamed this Monstera to go up this little bamboo pole. So I am going to train him to climb vertically. So what you can see today is me training this Monstera. You can see he's kind of just reaching out wherever he can. We're going to train him with a couple bamboo poles to go exactly where we want to. Give all that stuff more room up there and more room down here. Let's go. All right, here we go. Garrett McCoy here, and we're going with the Monstera. Once again, the symbol of my brand. I absolutely love this plant. I love for what it stands for, what it represents, and it's just fun to watch grow. It's fun to propagate, and I like that I can kind of train them to do what I want them to do. So this bad boy, this is the one that I kind of sit next to, and I've got him so that he's gonna climb up this bamboo pole right here. And whether you can see it or not, we got this tape, which is a little planter's tape. And so he is going to climb up happily from there. So we're gonna show you how we did that with the repotting. So I've had this guy for, I don't know, 6 months to a year. I bought him probably last May. So it's been about a year. We're coming into the growing season, and I want to give him just a slightly bigger pot. So this pot I think is about an inch or two bigger than the other one. So I'm gonna start off just getting some dirt down here. I attempted to be clean and use a table. I was gonna use a towel or something, but if you know me, I just get dirt anywhere. So I just kind of prepare to clean up after myself. To know me is to be dirty. All right, so we got this dude, and you can see they just go crazy. It's gonna go wherever light wants to go. This vine is crawling out. It's got these aerial roots, which are coming in here and going all crazy. Like, see how that's going? If I was gonna snip this, or if I was gonna propagate it, kind of right there, so I can get that aerial root, will really help me out. But to get this guy out of here, and I wanna kind of time this so that he's not too root bound, which would mean that he's got stuff coming out the bottom. So I've got a little bit of stuff coming out the bottom. I don't think in this instance that this guy is overly root bound, but you can see I'm gonna make a mess right here. Good thing Erica is not out here right now. Woo, but look, we got all these roots, and they were just looking to go somewhere else. Ideally, you wouldn't repot a plant after you watered it. We got some rain yesterday, so this dude got wet. Their roots are just a little more fragile when you do that, but I'm not scared to get in there and kind of loosen them up a little bit, because I want those roots to have a lot of different ways. I don't want to cause damage, but think about them. They were all trapped. They were stuck in there. You know what I mean? Okay, so if we can get him to go in here. Once again, this pot's just a little bit bigger than it was. Make sure I'm recording. I am recording. Good, I didn't think I was recording. I thought I was doing all this for naught, and I was gonna have to do it again. But I gave it about 2 inches down below where that it would have somewhere to go. And it's relatively tightly packed in there, but I gotta save some room for my bamboo poles. And the way that I kind of sized this up was I was thinking, once I got it kind of here, if I could have one bamboo pole in the front that would kind of get it climbing this way, and then one over here which would get the other one climbing the other way. So what I'll do is I'll get this guy kind of wedged all the way in there, which once again was a lot easier because I just repotted it, and then that gives me some room. I didn't do any damage to the root ball right there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing, and I kind of cut up this one end of the bamboo, so I'm gonna focus on that. Once again, I'm over here closer to the side. I purposely knew there weren't that many roots, and then I can kind of get that yin and yang or two-way pull going right here. So I'm just gonna get a little more soil in here, make sure that I got this packed nice and tape, and then I'll show you how I tape her up. All right, so I got her potted in there relatively well, and I'm gonna begin playing around with this tape. I usually, once again, this is kind of stretchy. I like this because the Monstera, as it gets going a little bit, these aerial roots that are kind of crazy and hanging out, You could literally cut those off if you didn't like them, or like I try to stick them into soil where it's kind of convenient, allow them to get a little bit more nutrients. But that's how they climb up these bamboo poles. So it happens relatively quickly. Once you get them there, it'll really start to climb. So I'll show you how I get 1 or 2 of these on here, and then we'll time lapse it. So what I was thinking was these 2 guys, I can get to go here, and it will kind of tidy up the plant, and the rest of it, these guys will all come here. So it will be a little crowded as it first gets going, but after that, once it gets kind of established, it's going to be super happy. So this one kind of looks the most medial, and it also has some new leaves and some new lefts, and it's got these big aerial roots. So can I get this one to kind of come over here a little bit? And once again, these things are a little bit hardier than you think they are, but they are vines. You don't want to break them. But if you do break them, so what? You could probably just propagate it. And what did Bob Ross call that? A happy little accident? I've definitely had my share of happy little accidents when I'm doing stuff like this. But I'm really excited these Monsteras are to the point where they're big enough, because this is where they turn into that like showcase, showstopper kind of deal. So all I've done is I've just tied that a little bit there, and I might come back to it and go a little more tight. But really I just wanted to kind of see what else I had going on with these other ones before I went too nuts. So then this one, I'm gonna do kind of the same idea. I'm gonna reach around, and then if I can tie that other one with it as well too, that's gonna give it another point of contact. And if they even start growing on each other, I'm okay with that as well too. I've seen them kind of climb together, but if they had their free reign, all they're gonna do is reach out. They're looking for something to climb. They're looking for light. So now they're gonna spread out as they climb to give more of that vertical look and fill that in. So I won't make you watch me do all of these. I'll time lapse it so you can enjoy. All right, so here we are. I have potted this dude. It's back to where it goes. So the repotting, once again, the roots are starting to grow out of the bottom, so basically it was becoming root bound. It will be much happier, in March, with it being spring in Florida. Like, this thing's set to go crazy and to go live as the humidity comes up. So I've also given it more room to do what it wants to do, to climb vertically. And then it's given my Raphidora a little bit more room to do its thing. So I might probably propagate that next. This is my little friendship plant. A few of you guys have gotten those. But now you can see it's just a little bit of a neater look. It will make it climb vertically and kind of fill in that space, so it's doing what I want it to do, and it's also doing what it naturally wants to do. So I'm excited because that gives me a little more vertical or more dramatic, and it kind of seals it in with where the other one is out. So out here, my pool's right behind me. I watch my TV. It's about to be baseball season. But my Monsteras are gonna be fun to watch grow, because now they're climbing and they're doing what they're meant to do out in the wild. So I'm super excited. Maybe I'll have to give you a progress thing as that gets a little bit higher. And that's also where we should get those bigger leaves, bigger fenstrations. And if it grows out a little bit, like, I wouldn't be mad if that goes behind. And then if anything, it just gives me room for, guess what? More plants. So I can get more of my babies down here. I can let this do more of its thing, and I can continue to kind of expand and just kind of do what I want to do. That's why I like these plants, is I'm fascinated to watch them grow and to kind of keep trying new things. All right, have a great one.